Your original hometown dealer, Saida, Trudeau Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram.
Basically, the Committee on Local Government Finance is brought in where it's been identified by either the auditor or possibly somebody from the public that there might be some concerns about being able to deliver what Nevada revised statutes requires each of the departments to produce. And typically, a lot of that comes out of the audit. And we just finished our fiscal year. We're right in the middle of the audit for fiscal year 20. And once that's done, we'll see what that list ends up being if they find additional items that they're concerned about. But when I came into office, we actually were right on the verge of going into Fiscal Watch. And we ended up in Fiscal Watch actually right after my first week here. So since then, there are basically a number of different components to what the Committee on Local Government Finance put us on Fiscal Watch for. There were some things from the Comptroller's Office regarding fund transfers that, of course, need to be authorized by the Board of County Commissioners. Additional items like ensuring that the funds are showing a positive amount. And there were some funds that it's just mechanically, as an example, the grant fund. You have to use that money first, which means you end up having a negative balance first before you're reimbursed by the state or whatever entity is going to reimburse you. So we had those kind of things. And of course, when I ran for office and I got into office, the biggest concern that I had was getting the Treasurer's Report and Bank Reconciliation Report back on track for providing that to the BOCC on a monthly basis as is required by the NRS. And we're doing that now. So we've been able to demonstrate to the CLGF that we have the ability to do that, and we will continue to do that. Their biggest concern right at the moment is that we have a succession plan. And any business should have a succession plan to ensure that if somebody gets hit by a bus, something terrible happens, that the internal workings of that business continue. And since there was such a big hole in the amount of time, I think it was over a year that the Treasurer's Report and Bank Reconciliation were not being done because the prior person that had been doing that retired. And the people that followed in that person's footsteps didn't get adequate training and they weren't able to perform. So we've been working on that training, and it's a slow process. But we are working on it, and we will be able to demonstrate to the Committee on Local Government Finance at the next meeting that we are performing.